What's up, everybody? Been wanting to do this video for a while now. Just a little Q&A. Well, I get a lot of questions on Twitter. It seems like the go-to on social media for questions, at least for me, that is. If you're hitting me up on, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or anything like that, I'll get to your questions. It just seems like Twitter's like the go-to for all the guys' questions. Through anything, I get the most questions on there. You guys can also go to my website, rowefitness.com. You guys can look at the contact link up in the corner and just click on that. All you have to do is type it in and it'll go straight to my email, so I'll get it right away. And I've gotten some on there and I'll email you guys back. You probably already got my emails already. But I'm just going to do, I got a lot of questions on Twitter. It's a lot easier just to make a video. I'll post this right on Twitter right after. Also, if you got, if you don't know my other social media, I'll post them on the link or on the comments below. And you'll be able to just click on it and go straight to my page. And if you guys don't want to ask any questions on the video, I'll do another video whenever I get a bunch more questions. I got a couple questions on here I wanted to hit up. This one's from Ian. Hit me up through Twitter. He goes, what is the key for you to work your anterior core rib muscles? I've been curious since I haven't been able to get them. And he's talking about your obliques, the side walls to your abs. Basically, what I've seen the most results is when I dieted down, when I was doing my competitions. That's when you're going to see those muscles. You might see some striations, on the side walls of your abs, but without a low body fat, you're not going to see them. You're going to see, your 6, maybe your top 4 is what a lot of people are seeing. That's all due to your body fat. You don't really need to do a lot of weighted exercises just to see your abs. If you guys want to really see like a 6-pack and your obliques more, you have to diet down. You have to get a lower body fat. So you can't just go in there and do a bunch of weighted exercises because you think your ab muscles are small. That's not the issue. They're probably a lot bigger than you think, because through every exercise, you're stabilizing your core. Whether you know it or not, you're keeping your core tight through every exercise. And if you're not, if you go into the gym, go to the gym tomorrow and think about it. When you're doing anything, arms, it doesn't matter. Your abs are always tight. If you focus on that, then you'll be able to see a lot more results. But back to the question, once you diet down, you'll be able to see your abs more. And what I noticed when I was dieting down for my competitions, doing a lot, no weighted exercises, because when you're doing that, when you hit your, the one exercise I see the most is when somebody has a weight on their side and they're doing this kind of exercise. That's going to build the muscle, and it's not going to look tight, if you know what I mean. Your waist will get bigger, not fat. It's obviously not going to get fatter, but your muscles are going to grow. Just like any weighted exercise, your muscles are going to grow. So what I noticed the best is just doing body weight exercises. And what I mean by that is there's no weight involved, just your own body weight. What I like to do the best is what I've done every single day at the gym when I was contest prep was my gym has just regular, probably 8 to 12 pounds. They're just bars, probably, not even 5 foot. And you just put that behind your head like you're doing a squat, and you just twist. You stay straight up and you twist. You could go down if you want. You can come back if you want. That's probably the best exercise for your abs. And when I tell a lot of people to do it at the gym, they're like, oh, I try that, but it's not, I don't really feel it. I don't feel it enough. But the next day they come in and like, man, my abs are sore. So I think that's the best exercise for your abs. Just remember that you're not really going to see your obliques too much unless you have a low body fat. All right, so get to the next question. This is from Sergia. I don't know how to say your name, man, but will you give me some tips on how many reps I should do per lift to put on mass? So basically what I think is to put on mass, it's not always about your workout, right? Your workout is secondary to putting on weight or to losing weight. It's a secondary. Your diet comes first. Exactly to the answer to my last question is you have to diet down to see your obliques first of all, and then you can work them, but it doesn't hurt to work them. You're obviously going to work them before you start dieting down, because if you don't have those muscles, they're not going to show. So to put on mass, the best, what was it, lifts, back to the question, how many reps I should do per lift. Well, I think that if you do, everybody says to do like a 10-8-6-4 kind of lift, and then to lose weight or to lean out, you want to do like 10 to 20 and to failure, that kind of thing. My philosophy in it is the more you work the muscle, the more it's going to grow, right? So if you're not putting any demand on the muscle, then how are you really going to see any changes at all? If you're doing 20 reps, you're going to put more demand on the muscle than you are going to do in 4 reps. What's different with that is how much weight you put on. So your question was how many reps I should do to put on mass. It's how much weight you should do to put on mass. If you're doing 4 reps, but you can do more reps, if you can push out 225 on the bench for 4, but that's what you would want to do if you can only do it 4 times. If you can do a set of 225 on the bench for 10, don't do it for 4. So the way your workout has to be set up is your first set, after your warm-up, your first set should be a set of 12. And don't make it an easy 12. Make it a set where you can only get 12. Get a spotter if you have to, and do 12 reps. Those last couple reps you should struggle through, because you're putting more demand on the muscle. That's exactly the same philosophy. If you wanted to lose weight, you should do more reps. But if you can do 50 reps on something, then don't do it. Do something you can do 20 reps, and those last reps should be hard. So you should do a heavier weight, and you should do it less and less and less. Your reps should go down. But if you can do a set of 4 on your last set, if you can do 225 for 10, you should be doing like 250 for 4. So that should really be how it's set up. If you don't want to, if you think that that the more reps I do, the leaner I'm going to be, the less reps I do, the more mass I'm going to put on. Well, either way that you do it, when you work out and you tear that muscle down, your muscle bellies are breaking apart, then it comes down to your diet. So if you're doing, your workout should be equivalent with your diet. If you're trying to put on mass, you want to lift heavier for less reps, and you want to be, you want to bring your calories up, basically is what I'm saying. So let me find the next question I wanted to answer here. Let's find it. I was wondering, this comes from Jeff. I was wondering if you could give me any tips on becoming a brand ambassador of a supplement company. That's his question. Basically, guys, that's probably the question I get the most is how do you become a brand ambassador? I'm a brand ambassador of BSN, and everybody's asking me, how did you become a brand ambassador? Well, some people ask me these questions, and I go and I look at their page before I answer them. And you look at their page and it's full of, stuff about nothing good, right? either they're complaining or they're bashing on something, or it's about drugs and alcohol and all this stuff, you know. And it's just funny to me that you would think that some people, some company would want you to promote their products. And it's just one of those things, man. It's a really simple answer, is that you have to offer something to people. You have to be somebody that is going to promote a company. Like, why would you want if you were a company, right? Let me put it this way. If I owned a company, I would want my workers, my ambassadors, to promote a healthy lifestyle, or, you know, a positive image. I want my workers to have a positive image. I want them to have a good image. So when it really comes down to it, you have to have, like I said, a good image and offer something to people. Go out there and try to help somebody, man. Don't just be like, oh, I can't wait till this happens so I can go and party and, you know, I mean, that's fine, man, but just think of it like if I was, or if you guys were a company, who would you want as your ambassador? Who would you hire, basically? And when it comes down to it, man, you know the answer to it. You know, have a good image. Stop bashing on people. Stop hating on people. You know, man, it's real simple. And I get that question almost every day. How'd you do this? How'd you do that? And it's real easy, guys. You know, have a good image. And if you personally don't have a good image, then maybe you should look at yourself. You know, don't fake anything to get somewhere. Don't fake a good image just because you want a sponsorship. You know, be you, be yourself. And if you guys aren't, you know, that person that you would hire if you owned a company, then maybe you should change if that's what you want. All right, guys, that's my little Twitter Q&A. If you guys got any more questions, you know, hit me up. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You guys can find me on my website, like I said. I'll put all the links on, below. You guys can hit me up. Thanks for all your questions, guys. It means a lot. Thanks for all your support. We'll see you guys.